in the deep quiet of the cosmos, amidst a sea of silent stars, some listen. For Dr. Aris Thorne, listening was his life's work. Night after night, in his solitary observatory, surrounded by the ghosts of old technology and the faint hum of power, he'd comb the heavens. The vast, cold emptiness of space wasn't empty to him. It was a library of whispers, and he was determined to read every one. His hands, steady and practiced, would trace the curve of a giant dial on his old radio receiver, a machine more antique than cutting edge, but one he trusted. Each click of the knob was a step deeper into the unknown, a journey taken from the stillness of his chair. The observatory itself was a dome of solitude, a single eye aimed at the infinite, with star charts papering the walls like maps to forgotten lands. Most nights, the universe answered with a familiar hiss of cosmic background radiation, the afterglow of creation. It was a lullaby he'd grown accustomed to. But this night was different. Through the expected static, a flicker, a pulse. It was faint, almost imperceptible, a tiny anomaly in the grand, noisy symphony of space. Aris nearly dismissed it. Solar flares, pulsar spin, a satellite passing by the sky was full of false positives. He'd learned long ago not to let his hopes get the better of him yet. He paused. There was something about this one. It wasn't random. It had a rhythm, a cadence that felt deliberate. He leaned in, his tired eyes now sharp with focus. The waveform on his monitor, usually a chaotic scribble, now showed a faint, repeating pattern. It was unnatural, too clean to be a product of celestial mechanics. A current of excitement, long dormant, began to stir within him. His fingers danced across the controls, tweaking frequencies, amplifying the signal, chasing the ghost in the machine. Then, it happened. As he fine-tuned the receiver, the whisper became a voice. The faint, rhythmic pulse blossomed into a cascade of complex, structured information. The waveform on the screen solidified, its peaks and troughs arranged in a sequence so intricate, so ordered, it could only be one thing: language. It was a message, unmistakably artificial, undeniably intelligent. His breath caught in his throat, his heart hammered against his ribs. His eyes darted from the pulsating light on the monitor, to the star chart on his wall, to the vast, dark sky visible through the slit in the dome. The universe, in all its silent majesty, had just spoken. For a single, eternal moment, the observatory was filled with a profound silence. The only sound, the frantic beating of his own heart. And then, the signal repeated, clear, unwavering, an undeniable greeting from across the void. Aris Thorne leaned back in his chair, the worn leather groaning under his weight. The sound was swallowed by the sheer magnitude of the moment, odd, pure, and overwhelming, washed over him. The years of solitude, the skepticism of his peers, the long, lonely nights, it all faded into insignificance. He was no longer just a man in an observatory. He was an emissary, a witness. He slowly turned his gaze from the screen to the window, to the diamond-dusted tapestry of the night sky. The stars no longer seemed like distant, cold points of light. They were neighbors. He had spent his life listening for a whisper, and in return, the universe had just shouted hello. Humanity was no longer alone, and he, Aris Thorne, was the first to know. The world would never be the same again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the cosmos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories that explore the great unknown. Reality is deeper than it looks. This is Shave.